I know that one of the questions I'm going to be faced with as this campaign develops is that question of whether a candidate for council should live in the ward in which he's running. I've always viewed Valley East as one community. So living in Val Therese, I've never really considered myself as either a Ward 5 or a Ward 6 person. And I've always considered Ron Dupuy and Andre Rive to be my dual representatives when it comes to municipal affairs. As a matter of fact, there have been so many debates over the years as to where Val Therese belonged that sometimes we were considered to be part of Valcairn because that would have split the population of Valley East right in half. When amalgamation came, there was a deliberate effort to attach the outlying communities to the main section of Sudbury, to the core city. So I believe that's why you see Valley East and Rayside Balfour and Walden divided into two wards each, where one of the wards is completely in the old outlying community and the other ward has a portion attached to the outlying community and the city of Greater Sudbury and the city of Sudbury. They could have kept the 12 wards with 6 in Sudbury and 6 in the outlying areas, but that would have been exactly the way it was pre-amalgamation with just a reduced number of councillors. I feel as much a part of Valcairn as I do Hanmer, since Val Therese is right in the middle. Therefore, at some point, when they do another census, and when the population figures for the entire region are recalculated, I do expect that the boundaries for Ward 5 and 6 may change in order to reflect the population redistribution. The boundary line in Valley East is going to fluctuate in Val Therese because that's where the middle is. For example, there were over 10,000 registered voters in Ward 6 in 2010, all from Hanmer and Val Therese. There were 6,400 registered voters in the Valcairn section of Ward 5, and another 2,500 registered voters from the Sudbury section. The difference of over 1,000 voters between the existing boundaries for Ward 5 and 6, coupled with the fact that it's possible that the population has increased a lot with the completion of Dominion Park, means that the boundaries may change in the ward. And if that happens, there is every likelihood that exactly where I'm living in Val Therese now is going to be included in Ward 5. So I don't really feel that living where I am right now places me at a disadvantage for not living in Ward 5. It's almost as if I have 1 foot in Ward 5 and 1 foot in Ward 6. And living in the valley for 40 years has allowed me to get to know the entire valley, right from one side to the other. And I'm really looking forward to getting more involved with the Sudbury portion of Ward 5 because I can see that section of Ward 5 having a huge influence on what's going on in this entire region. So I agree with people who feel that a councillor should live in their ward. I agree that a person should be part of the community that he represents. But in my case, I feel that in Ward 5 and 6, both councillors pretty much should be working as a team representing Valley East and the Ward 5 section in Sudbury. I expect to receive calls from residents of Hanmer dealing with services that are being provided to the entire community. Obviously, I would be making sure I communicated with the councillor from Ward 6, but I'm not going to hang up the phone on a person who lives in Ward 6 if they call looking for assistance from their city councillor. So at this point, all I can guarantee is I'll be a dedicated representative for Ward 5. But I will always be speaking on behalf of the entire valley and the Sudbury section of Ward 5 at the same time. So I don't feel where I'm living is going to be a detriment at all to my involvement and my commitment to the people living in Ward 5.